Hey everybody, what's going on? I got a little new information last night through this guy's YouTube video that is he's pretty believable. I think he's a TI. You know, there's a lot of people that say they're targeted individuals, and I don't really believe it. And it might just because they have a hard time projecting what's in their head out of their mouth. You know, a lot of people have a tough time with that. Public speaking is one of the biggest fears that a human has. You know, some people would literally rather die than go speak in front of a group of 1,000 people. So it's tough to get out what you have inside. And you know, thankfully, I've had some training with that. And you know, I used to hate it too, but I know how to do it now. I'm not the greatest at it. Not the greatest reporter. Not the greatest journalist. You know, I just had just enough training to kind of get me through this, to get out what I'm trying to say. And when I was first realizing what targeting was, and I was just so sleep deprived, and you know, I was freaking out why these people were following me around, and you know, my eyes had dark circles under my eyes. I think I might have some today because last night I didn't sleep very well. But anyway, let me get to my point. This guy was with a female. I think he said he was in a hotel room or somewhere, and the police were coming. And the lady that was there wanted to get out of there, and she took off and she left her phone. And he knew something was up, and he started messing around with her phone a little bit, and he did something on accident, and it swiped to the right, and a whole nother user interface popped up, and there were all kinds of apps on there that had to do with gang stalking, with this the app that these people use that's on their cell phone. And it was called, one of them was called Riot, R-I-O-T. And he was flipping through that, and there was just thousands of names on this thing, contacts, different people, different groups, stuff like that, you know, be a perfect way for these people to organize. And I started thinking about that. Now, there was another video after that I watched that a lady, I'm not sure where she was from. She was sounded like she was some I don't know, overseas somewhere. I don't know. She had an accent. That doesn't mean she's from overseas. She could live here. But I thought about what's going on in the news right now, and how much trouble Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton are in, and some of the people they were working with that had to do with trying to rig the election, sending money to ghosts, basically, people that did not exist, you know, like Afghan soldiers, police, Iraqi civilians, things like that were either killed or never even existed. They were just like these fake names, and hundreds of millions of dollars were sent to these people that didn't exist. Well, it turns out a lot of that money was invested in companies overseas. And this is just what I'm listening to through, you know, some social media, some YouTube videos, people that investigate this stuff privately. So I'm not making any claims that actually happened. I am observing the information that I am receiving. These people that were doing this were sending messages back and forth, creating fake people. A lot of that was done through computer. Right? Emails sent, and they never thought that information would come out. Well, now there's a digital footprint, and the people that have gotten wise, that are doing the counterintelligence and looking out for the American people, have uncovered a lot of that information. And guess what's going to happen to you? The perpetrators. They're using all these digital devices, got apps on there, all kinds of names of people that are involved in organized stalking and harassment. Your name, your GPS location, all the photos you've taken of targeted individuals, all the information you've passed on, and lies that you have created to, I don't know, make yourself look cool or more part of the team, and maybe slander somebody that you didn't like the way they looked or the color of their skin or whatever the, you just wanted bonus points. I saw this guy carrying this thing out to his car. It looks suspicious. Whatever you do. All of that, every single bit of it, all of the metadata and all your photos. If you don't know what metadata is, that's the hidden information in a photo that tells you when the photo was taken, the location of the photo, a lot of different things. I used to search metadata in the photos I would take in the Air Force, and I would accession them. And accessioning them is basically going into the metadata and entering in the information that is pertinent for that photo. So whenever somebody researches that photo, they need to look into it, get more information out of it. It's in the metadata. All that metadata is in all the photos that you're taking and sending to, and all the messages that you're sending are being recorded. So there's this huge list that the NSA has been compiling on everyone, not just targeted individuals, but the perpetrators that are doing this as well. And now that a lot of these memos are being released under FISA, the Federal Intelligence Security Act, and they're going to be made public, and there are going to be some FBI, CIA, NSA agents, analysts, different people like that are working for the right side. Guess whose information they have now? Guess who they can track and prosecute for organized stalking and harassment? Yeah, if you haven't figured it out yet, you. So there's proof. There's proof of all that going on. Now there's been 13,000. This is hearsay. This is what I've heard. But a lot of what I have been researching and listening to, a lot of these different YouTube channels, Facebook pages, stuff like that, people that I have a hunch that are on the right path, especially when their YouTube channel gets shut down because they're getting too close to the truth. A lot of what they've been saying is happening. You know, they're decoding the Q anonymous posts, who I believe is an NSA analyst with the highest clearance, highest clearance you can get. They can see all of this. And from what I've been hearing, there are 13,000 sealed indictments. And Guantanamo Bay isn't big enough to hold all of these people. The higher-ups that are involved in a lot of the nonsense that's been going on, it's been ruining people's lives. Allot of Bay isn't big enough to hold everyone, so they're constructing a new facility just for you. Now, what happens when somebody is indicted and they know they're going to go to jail for the rest of their life? It's going to be miserable, you know? What do a lot of these people do? They don't care about you, the people that are underneath them. They're going to do everything they can. I mean, they clearly don't care about the well-being of other people if they're going to use targeted individuals as human trafficking subjects. They care less about human life. What do you think they care about you? Zero. Everybody's on the same team until it's them going down. That means that 13,000 people, some of them which have a lot of information. They've They got these target lists, and even if they try to ditch everything, there's going to be a digital footprint, like I said, with all of this information. They are going to sell you up the river so damn fast to get themselves free. It's going to be ridiculous. So they might even get out. Some of the people that were in charge of some of these things might even get out of trouble, or as much trouble as they were in, by selling you out. They're going to rat on you so damn fast. And I've never been one for revenge, but if I see this go down and I see a bunch of people in handcuffs, like I was put in handcuffs for speaking out, trying to research and identify some of the groups that have been stalking me, I'm going to have a hard time not laughing at you, or just having this awesome feeling of justice. And you then will understand what it's like to have no more power, no more control. You won't have this stupid little smirk on your face anymore that you have all the time when you're taking part in this. That's going to be gone. The only thing on your face is going to be fear. And a lot of you don't know how to deal with fear because you think that you are the aggressor. And you are, but you think that you are untouchable. Sooner or later, things come full circle and the truth comes out. Keep that in mind. Think about that while you're making your decisions of what you're doing. If you're going to keep doing this with people, if you're going to keep being involved in these organized rings of stalkers, keep that in mind. Think about how much power the NSA does have, and that power can be used for good. And it clearly got out of hand and was used for some pretty bad things. The right people get in control of that, which I think a few have got in there and got control of that. They're coming back after you. The hunters are going to become the hunted, and you're going to have to run. You'll have to know what it's like to be on the run, always making counter moves, trying to get away from somebody you can't even see or have contact with. Or if you do see them, there's nothing you can do because every little step you make is being watched. And it might not even matter. They might just have your information. They might just arrest you and send you off with a lot of the other people that are getting sent off. I don't know what else to say about that. That's all I gotta say about that. It's like Forrest Gump, right? It's gonna happen sooner or later. Think about what side you want to be on. Have a great day.